Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing with you lots of cleaning motivation and a story time explaining why I have not been uploading that much. It's just been a crazy behind week and I share all about that in today's video too. And that's actually one of the reasons why all I have to share with you is cleaning footage, because that's all I've been able to do outside of just trying to survive and everything else that's been going on. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video gives you lots of motivation to get your house clean or get your projects done. So let's go ahead and jump right in. We're starting in my bedroom. I did strip the bed. I wanted to go ahead and get my blankets and sheets washed. And I also had just random stuff all over my room, clothes on the floor, stuff stacked on this little shelf. It just got a little out of control. So I'm just going to work on putting everything where it needs to go. And then we're actually going to move out to the main living space. We'll get some cleaning done in there. And I did have to pull up the rug. Oh, you guys. So in a recent video, I redecorated the living room, and I got a new rug, which I was really excited about. Thankfully, it is a outdoor rug, so it can be hosed down, pressure washed, cleaned really well. And I was able to do that, but we did end up having an accident. A lot of you guys called it ahead of time. I knew it was going to happen too. It was just a matter of time, but, yeah, I got it washed, and I think I'm actually going to use it in my room until we get out of that phase. I don't know yet. I haven't quite decided. It was really easy to clean and it dried really fast because it is an outdoor rug, but I'll share all that with you guys in just a second.
You want from me, I'll be torn, but you won't tell. A woman's design is divine. Oh, my life's been a shitstorm since the day I was born. Innocence left the door early on. I accept what is, I let go of what was, and I have faith in what will be. In 100 years or so, when you let go, I will mourn, but you won't tell. A woman's design is divine. No need to hold hands. One step right and one step left. With you all on my toes. Don't mind me, you can stay just as happy, I promise.
Once I get the kitchen island cleaned off, I feel like the rest of the house already looks so much better. It's like the catch-all space, and not only that, but it's the first thing you see when you walk in the front door, the first thing you see when you walk in the back door, out of the bedrooms, boom, it's right there. So yeah, and it gets cluttered quick. So once I get that space done, it's pretty easy to get the rest done. It's just a matter of unloading and loading the dishwasher, wiping down the counters. The living room and dining room stay pretty clean most of the time. I'll have like a couple things stacked up in there, like on the buffet cabinet or by the front door that need to be returned or put out in the carport. But other than that, it's not too bad. In our house, since it is on the smaller side, it does clean pretty quick. I can clean our whole house, like deep clean it in about 3 hours, but just tidying up on a daily basis, 15-20 minutes. Like, it really is not that bad. And sometimes I'll even play some music. I'll turn on the Alexa and I'll be like, hey, play, my playlist, and I'll listen to like the first 2 songs. And by the end of the second song, I should be almost done. So I play music and try to get as much done as I can while that song is playing. That's a little tip if you ever just need some motivation. Play your favorite song and then just try to clean as fast as you can while that song is playing. You can also dance while you're doing it, make it a little fun, but that always helps. Or I'll just set a timer. Like, sometimes I have to do that. I'm like, okay, I need 10 minutes of just steady focus, and for some reason, knowing that there's a timer going, it helps you stay on track. So I know I'm not the only one that has to deal with this, but look at our sink. Ugh. So nasty. I don't understand. I feel like most women would say, like, if we have trash on our plate, we dump it in the trash can. Pretty good. Like, we empty our plate before we put it in the sink. Why can't my family do the same? I don't understand. I don't understand. And then I have to touch this. And the other day, Dylan had to do the dishes. Well, he didn't have to. He chose to. But he was doing it, and he's like, this is disgusting. I was like, oh, is it? Is it now? I'm like, how do you think I feel? I do this every day. And then you know what really gets under my skin? I'm going to tell you. Is whenever my husband makes a bowl of cereal at night, and for some reason, I don't know why, but instead of like scooping out the cereal into the trash, I used to dump it on the toilet until someone told me not to do that, or going outside and dumping it in the yard. I don't know. When he puts the bowl next to the sink, not in the sink, because he knows there's cereal in there that can't go down the sink, so he's going to put it next to the sink. If you ever want to make your wife mad, do some stuff like that. I get so upset. I'm like, why did you not put it in the sink? He's like, well, there's cereal in it. And I'm like, yeah, I know that. And if you leave it there, it doesn't just magically disappear. Somebody has to do it, and that somebody is me. And so that day when he had to clean out the sink and he was like complaining about it being so nasty, I was laughing inside. I'm like, ha ha ha. I'm like, welcome to my world. Guys don't understand. They just don't. And I know that's like so stupid to complain about, because I mean, there's a million and one things, but we all have that one thing that just like drives us nuts, and it's when plates, bowls, forks, anything is put next to the sink instead of inside the sink and cleaned out first. I feel like so many of you watching this video right now, you could be like, oh, I don't have any problems. Bull crap. Everybody has an issue with their family. It's just a matter if you're willing to be honest or not. So if you are willing to be honest, let us know in the comments what is the one thing that just sends you over the edge. And it could be the dumbest thing in the world, but just tell us, because we all need a good laugh sometimes, or we all need someone to relate to. But I'm kind of excited to read some of your responses, so make sure y'all say something. Or tell me something that used to make your mom super mad that you did, or something like that. I don't know. But I could name a few, but I guess I won't call out my family today. But I will tell you what we've had going on the past week and a half. It's been pretty wild. I can't tell you everything, obviously, but I'm going to share what I'm comfortable sharing. And as time goes on, who knows, I might do a story time in the future giving more detail. But yeah, it has been a hell of a week, honestly, between my dad. We got some stuff stolen from us. So let's go ahead and go back to my whole dad situation. So it was Monday. We had a dentist appointment. After we got back from the dentist appointment, I was in the middle of cooking dinner, and all of a sudden I get a call that your dad's not doing well, get to the hospital. So I rush up there. He was admitted. He was there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, got discharged on Thursday. So I would say Monday through Wednesday was pretty much a blur of just trying to focus on, managing what I could and being up there as much as I could and staying in contact with the doctors and keeping everyone informed. So it was just a lot. But I'm so grateful he's okay. So thank you all for the well wishes and prayers for him. But then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're kind of starting to calm down. But the reason I wanted to bring up the whole busy week was because on Wednesday, during my in and out being gone constantly, someone broke into our carport. And we did end up finding it on the camera footage and everything and reported it, all that good stuff. We're very grateful we got our items back. If one day I feel comfortable, I will share the whole story. It's actually a crazy freaking story, but it's still kind of fresh and new. And yeah, so yeah, that really sucked. And I'm not going to lie, I was completely freaked out because when you're at your home and we've lived here for so long and never had any issues, and then you have that invasion of privacy type of thing, it just freaks you out and it makes you a lot more aware of everything. It's like you kind of get comfortable, and then when that uncomfy moment happens, you're kind of like, okay, now I'm going to have my guard up, and that's just kind of how we feel. At least me, I definitely feel that way. So just a friendly reminder, don't let your guard down, and make sure you got your cameras working on every angle. Make sure you have whatever you have to, lock up your house, protect your home. It's really important, and it's something that I think sometimes we do let our guard down, and then when something happens, we're like, crap. So anyway, that's what we've been kind of going through. It's been chaotic, but we're so grateful that we had a positive outcome, both for my dad and this situation. It was at this moment I realized that the rug needed to be deep cleaned. I had spot cleaned it, but I'll say it again a million times. So if I find a spot of pee from our elder dog, I clean it. If I feel like it hasn't been cleaned properly, I swear to you, I can smell it. I don't know why. Nobody else can smell it but me, but I don't care. So I'm going to clean it again. And I wanted to do like a deep clean, so I figured I would take it outside and hose it off. There was no spots anywhere. Like even when I roll it up, I didn't see any spots on the backside. I feel like I cleaned it pretty good, but this just gave me a level of peace of mind. So that's why I'm actually taking it out and cleaning it. You can see here too, like there's no spots on it at all. Like I don't even know where I'm smelling it at, if I'm even smelling it or if it's just in my head. So yeah, there's that. But I am going to take it outside, lay it across the deck a little bit. That way it can drain. This did help it speed up like the drying process. But while I'm spraying it with the hose, I'm actually spraying this Resolve Pet Odor Eliminator into the water, and it's creating like, the suds. And that's how I got it all over the rug without having to like go around and spray the whole rug with the nozzle, because that would have took forever. And that worked out really well. So I let that sit for a little bit, and then like I think I did like 6 or 7 minutes, let it sit, and then I went out there and rinsed it out, and then sprayed it again, rinsed it out. So I did that a couple times and then just let it air dry. But in the meantime, I did vacuum and mop the floors to make sure everything was nice and clean. And I don't play about this. One thing about me is I do not like a stinky house. And I don't like an overly scented house either. I don't like to burn candles. I don't like any of that stuff because it gives me migraines. Oh, I did want to give you an update. So I did get the plumbing issue fixed. Y'all know for the longest time we had like the sewer smell. And I was using candles, plug-in scented things, and I was getting migraines that were like unbearable sometimes. Well, since we haven't had no stinky smells in the house, I have not had to use any candles or anything. The house smells good, and I have been migraine free for a while, actually. And so I think it had something to do with either the gases from the sewer or maybe all the candles I was using to try to, or not candles, but really like scented products in general that I was using to mask that scent. So that's why it's like really important to me that I keep like a decent house. Like, I mean, obviously, is my house ever going to be 100% perfect? Absolutely not. I have 3 dogs in here, 2 kids, and a husband, okay? And myself, and I'm messy too. But it's never going to be perfect, but I do try my best to keep it clean as far as like smelling nice and things like that. But I will tell you, having 3 dogs, the key to having no dog smell in your house is to limit the rugs. Anything fabric, their bedding, blankets, sheets, all that stuff has to be washed on a regular basis to keep the dog smell down. Or even the most well-maintained dogs, eventually your house is going to have some sort of dog smell. So that's why I vacuum all the time. I'm constantly washing my rugs. I have a lot of washable rugs. Curtains get washed, sheets, blankets, all that constantly cleaned to keep the smell under control. Once I got the floors all vacuumed, I did just do some spot mopping with this wet pad mop thing. I got it off of Amazon. It's actually really great. You can refill the bottle really easily, and then it has like a spray trigger and washable pads. I've had this thing for years and it's still held up, and I got 2 pads with it, and they hold up really great in the wash. So I'll have this link down below if you need like quick, easy cleaning. I definitely recommend using like a O-Cedar mop or like a wet vac or something in between of this, because sometimes I do feel like this kind of does push stuff around or push into the grout line. So you got to make sure you get in those areas. But overall, if you're just trying to do like a quick spot clean, this is so nice. So after I got all the cleaning done, I am going to go ahead and move on to making some chicken. I have a recipe to share with you, but it unfortunately did not get finished in this video. However, I can explain how I do it so that way you can try it, and hopefully it'll turn out super good. But basically, all you're going to do is take some chicken breasts, season them really well, and pan fry them. And while those are cooking, you're going to make a cheese mixture, and I'm going to share that with you guys. All it is mozzarella cheese and Parmesan cheese. You can honestly use whatever cheese you prefer. And by the way, right there, I was just showing you these new little butter balls that I found that I really like because it's like pre-measured. So I got those going in the pan. I'm going to start working on the chicken, but now we're going to make the cheese mixture. So you're going to grate up some mozzarella cheese and put that in a bowl. I think I had a little bit over a cup here. You really don't need this much. I just made a lot because I like to keep it in the fridge for like some meal prep. But mozzarella cheese and a lot of Parmesan cheese. I personally like more Parmesan cheese, but my family likes more mozzarella cheese. So personal preference, add a little or a lot if you'd like. Then you're going to add some cottage cheese. Now, don't worry, you're not going to taste it. You're not going to get the texture or anything. The cottage cheese just adds a little bit of protein, but also creates like a binder to hold the cheese together so you can put it on top of the chicken. It just kind of makes it like sticky together. And then I also use the Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning packet, and I sprinkle some of that into this mixture. It just gives it some flavor. And once your chicken is fully cooked, you're going to put it onto a pan and then add a glob of cheese to each chicken breast. I don't measure, I just put whatever I want. But it was at this time that I actually got a call about my dad, so I didn't get to finish it. My husband and daughter ended up doing it. It was so freaking good. I heated it up later when I got home, and they said it was like the best chicken they've had in a long time. So give it a try and let me know what you think. But the video is going to cut very random at this point due to the situation. So back to regular programming here. I actually made a coffee. This was after we got back from Sky Zone. So the kids went and jumped for a little bit, and then I got home and I had a little bit of cleaning and stuff to take care of. So I'm making me a coffee, sweet cream. Sweet cream with a little bit of coffee. I am addicted to this stuff. I'm not joking. It has become a problem. I will say I did end up adding a little coffee. I realized that it was a little bit too much cream. Just know I did add a little bit more coffee, but I still drink it. I love it. So anyway, it gave me lots of sugar rush to get all the cleaning I needed to get done, starting off with the dishes that were definitely overflowing. So I'm going to get those going and start getting the rest of this house cleaned up. And I don't know if I can find it, but if I can, I'll link it. Yes, I'm wearing the same dress that I wore at the beginning footage. It just so happened that those videos were filmed a week apart, and I chose to wear the same thing. I don't know. It was different hat, different shoes, but same dress.
One thing I know for sure, what we have is something worth fighting for. With bad news knocking at my door, but I like it like that. We go all in and I'm falling, but I like.
So the vacuum mop I'm using is called the Bissell Crosswave. I can link it below. I think the model changed a little bit as far as the look goes. I think it's green now instead of blue, but it is so nice to have, especially if you have a lot of tile or wood floors and you need quick, easy vacuum and mop at the same time. These are a game changer. The biggest thing is just making sure that you clean them out on a regular basis. Like as soon as you're done using it, you got to clean it out. It sucks, that like added step, but I look at it as like it's easier than having to vacuum the entire floor and then get a mop bucket out and then empty out the mop bucket. You know what I'm saying? So if you think about it like that, the same amount of time that it would take to do all those steps, you do all that in one and just got to make sure you clean it after. The most frustrating part about cleaning is you clean and then it gets right back a mess again at dinner time. But I devoured my food. I actually had a cheeseburger but with a lettuce bun instead of a bun. I'm trying to like watch carbs, but that's what our smash burgers look like. They are so freaking good. All you do is just pan fry them, but you smash them like as hard as you can. There's a little bit left over there. These have grease all over them, but basically you just make a bunch of burgers smashed into bits and then you just layer it with cheese. Oh, it's delicious. I will say the tater tot brand that we purchased is not very good, so these are all going in the trash. These don't taste right. I'm gonna have to throw those away. I bought that brand before and never had an issue, but I'll show you guys what brand it is. It's these. They're really bad. So
I've never been to this part of town. Everyone is dressed up here, but looks so.
all right, I'm done with my workout. I feel better now that I got it done, even though I didn't want to. I was sitting in bed and I was thinking, I'm just gonna skip today's workout. I am so glad I did it because I feel so much better. And I think it's just because there's been so much stress buildup and stuff just building. So working out just always helps me relieve all that, and I just feel so good. So I'm so glad I did. Sometimes when you're feeling at like your laziest or like you're least motivated, whatever, I just get up and just get started. It sucks. It's gonna be hard. But once you get going, game over. You are unstoppable. So keep that in mind next time you tell yourself, like, I don't really feel like doing it. Girl, go do it. But anyway, I will talk to you guys soon. I'm gonna hopefully start a new vlog tomorrow, and it's gonna be a lot more of a positive vlog. That's the hope. That's what's gonna happen. So anyway, I will talk to you very soon in my new video. Bye, y'all.